Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in, obviously. I made, oh, there's a fox in the garden ramping, but you see it?
Yeah.
See, it's mad. But yeah, anyways, that's just a family member at the back, in the back of this, guys. But what was I gonna say? I got a lot of decent feedback from when I spoke about the defensive prospects at the club, and you guys, well, one person specifically said, why don't you do it about the left backs and the keepers and all these other formations and positions? And I thought, why not? Let's start with the midfielders. Now, I really should have specified central midfielders or whatever, but let's just start with the midfielders. First, I'm going with Jeffrey Adelaide. I mean, the one thing he's lacking is experience, and that's why he's on loan. He's got a lovely skill set. He's got a lovely bit of physical and technical potential. He could be someone quality for us, to be honest. Doesn't matter if he can play central midfield or on the flanks. He's someone. So he's probably first in terms of who I'm looking to bring into the first team. Nelson, tied with him at second. Another one that just needs a chance and to get experience. He's another one, to be honest with you. I don't need to say anything about Nelson. If you've been watching football, you've been watching it. Third, he's on loan, but our young player, Kelechi, you lot know his last name. He's on loan in Holland, trying to secure a work permit. He's someone allegedly the club rate highly, and he's someone that I look like he's one of them you want to be surprised by him, to be honest. He's got a lovely bit of pace. He's got a lovely bit of technical quality and skill set. He's able to beat men at pace. He's able to change direction at pace. So he's probably third. Don't get caught up in the numbers, people. This is just form, development, age, where I'm looking at bringing people in, to be honest. Work permit shags him. Below that level, I must admit, I can't rank the likes of Amici, Trey Cole, Emil Rose Smith. I rate them all highly, but if it was based on this season, I'd probably say fourth would probably be for me. Apart from them is Emil Rose Smith. He's made a mad name for himself. He needed to assert himself at under 23 level, and he's gone and doing that right now, and he's even performing at under 18. So he's putting himself in the shop window to get a first team opportunity. Apart from that, I'd say after that, tied with him for third is probably Amici. He should be still in the under 18s, but he's banging under 23s and under 18s and starring and making a name for himself. So he's tied with Emil Rose Smith. Another one that's tied with them is Trey Cole. Not really having the best of seasons. He's been injured. He hasn't really got in the starting lineup recently, especially in the FA Youth Cup. Trey Coyle, sorry. I keep saying Cole because I know someone that's called Trey Cole. But Trey Coyle, he's someone I rate extremely highly as well. Last season, full-time a year earlier, banging it. He's someone that I rate highly, to be honest. Another one tied with them is probably Saka. He's going to be a first-year scholar next year. So with him and Trey Cole and Amici, it's very early for them, and they've got time on their hands. But they're all wide men and slash moving inside in the future, possibly, that I rate highly. Like, we have a lot of talented players. Saka is someone I've got a lot of time for. I actually believe he can make first team. He's got time and age on his side. If you saw him against United, if you saw him when he came on against Chelsea in the FA Youth Cup, fair enough, he got his margins wrong when he was squaring it and things. But he remains someone that's got a lot of potential for me, to be honest. If we're talking about the central midfielders away from them, man, now, for me, first, it's probably got to be Vlad Dragomir, because I rate him highly. I think he's technically good. He's making steady progress this year. Asserted himself in the under-23s. He's been one of the main players. Ain't made his first team debut, but at least he's been on the bench, which shows he's getting into people's thoughts. He'd probably be first. Second, I've got Jay Da Silva. I mean, he's got the potential to surprise you. I mean, for me, he plays a bit too humble. He needs to be a bit more gassed, but he's got excellent technical qualities. He does little things like flip-flaps. I don't know if it's a central midfield thing, defence, wherever, because he can play everywhere, but he's someone that looks like he could be someone for us in a few years, and it's all up to him. I rate him. Joe Willock as well, tied with them. Obviously, he's been mixed. He's got the quality. He's done it for the under-23s. He probably needs to improve physically a bit and decision-making a bit, but he's someone that's quality. His first team appearance is a bit mixed, but he's someone I've got a lot of time for. So probably them three are all tied, man. I can't rank them people, man. I love them all. They're all on the cusp, and the next step for all three of them is to be on the bench and try and make minutes under the new gaffer. Behind them, I'd probably say Zelalem. Obviously, he's got talent, but he's at 21 years of age with his injuries and things. It might be one that he needs to just... He's still young to have a career, but he might just need to move somewhere else, to be honest. Beyond that, I've already said Jeff Rene Adelaide. The likes of Burton, Benson, Burton and Gilmore, I think they can all have careers, especially Burton and Gilmore, to be honest. They're both very good technically. I feel if they're not going to have careers at Arsenal, they'll have careers elsewhere. And it just shows the level of coaching at Arsenal, because they're typical Arsenal players. Gilmore, I like the way I wouldn't say, I don't know if he's the actual captain, but he's captain. He likes to take responsibility. Burton's one of them. He just does the right things and sees the right passes, to be honest with you. They're both very good technically. Obviously, Gilmore can take penalties as well. Something that players that have come through the English game struggle historically with. But yeah, they're the ones they're the ones I'm looking at, to be honest with you, in terms of midfielders. It's probably none of them will probably make it, or one of them will probably be someone you don't expect. But I'd love for Amici, MLR Smith, Trey Cole, especially to get chances, man. I got a soft spot for them three, man, if I'm completely honest with you. Dragomir too, and Rene. I want them all to make it. But I hope I've provided good content similar to what I did for this last time. That's just my thoughts. Like I said, I can't rank these, man, because I think they all have their own merits and potential. And it's somewhat at youth level about form and getting in the manager's thoughts via playing good and having good form. And that's how you get your debuts, unless a manager just recognises a young talent. But yeah, man, guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.